Thank you very much, guys. And yes, I'm here with Deck Special, and I just kind of have to ask you about that series. You dropped the first game, but were able to pick up the next two, although the series was pretty crazy. How do you feel after being able to pick up that win?
It was really intense. I mean, Echo Fox is a really good early and kind of early mid game team, and we see that their mid and late games is not as good as other LCS teams, and we're able to come back. Even though our mid and late game isn't the best, it's improving a lot, and you can really tell like we're a lot better at our mid and late game now.
Yeah, and I kind of want to ask you about that as well because you guys started the split losing a lot of matches, but you've been able to pick it up recently, winning 5 of the last 7. What to you has kind of signaled that improvement from the early split to now?
It's tough to say. I think it was time. I think honestly one of the biggest factors it's Someday and Chaser, not just their play. Obviously, they're really good players, but they put in a lot of effort to learn English. They put in 10 hours of English lessons per week per person, and that's pretty impressive when we're playing the game 10 hours every single day, 15 hours every single day. They put in the extra time, and when I see that as a player, how can I not be motivated to even get even better? And these two, they're not just good players. Like I said, they're really hard workers, and they put in the effort to want to succeed. They want to work as a team, not just improve themselves, but work to improve the team.
Yeah, and you're also someone who's been in the LCS since its inception. This is now your 5th year in the League Championship Series. I do kind of have to ask you then, as far as work ethic and your own performance and your teamwork, I noticed listening to you during these games, you were incredibly vocal, I could hear from the stands. Are you taking a shot calling role, and is that improved then by them being able to understand English much better?
I think for the majority of the split, one of my issues was that I didn't really understand the meta as much because the game changed a lot. And for me, I'm somebody that I have difficult asking questions. If I know what to do, then I'll say it. But if I don't really know, I can ask some questions. But it's hard to try to convey the questions through our language barriers. So now that I know the game really well, I'm able to pretty much guide the game and just be a lot more confident in shot calling. And I'm not the main shot caller. I don't think any of us are, but I'm able to guide the team and provide my team with enough information and steer them in the right direction so that calls aren't exactly an issue.
Yeah, and I have to ask the obligatory Coach Cop question, as your team has started winning since he arrived. What has he been able to do for the team, and how do you like having him as the coach?
I love Cop. I mean, obviously, he used to be my teammate, and we actually do have some differences, but I think that's fine in a team. You want to have some tension in there because you're all trying to improve, all trying to strive to get better, and this tension allows you to push yourself and just always try to just be better. And I think that kind of you can call it toxicity, you can call it just ragey, but I think passion is so important in esports, and by having passion, I mean, it's why I can play for 5 years. It's not because I'm just naturally better. It's because no, I have passion for the game, and it shows through my play, and it shows in scrims when I get upset, or in these games when I get upset. And it's just our players all have passion, and they want to strive to get better.
Yeah, and you guys have been improving so heavily throughout the split. I have to ask you a final question now. 6-8, right in the hunt for the playoffs. How can you guys push over the edge and get in there?
I mean, that score doesn't sound very good, but we're definitely getting a lot better. And game after game, week after week, we had a tough 0-2 last week, but they're really close games. And I think that we can be a strong playoff contender. I think teams are going to be at this point and be like, maybe we should be a little bit scared of Dignitas. We want to play against them. And I think we can strive for even a top 4 seed.
All right, well, once again, congratulations on the 2-0 week. Very impressive, and best of luck next week as you push towards the playoffs. Right now, there, we're going to send it back to the casters.
All right, thanks a lot, chat. Always nice to hear from the winners and what their thoughts are about the game. But now, talking a little bit more about the game from us, the player of the game, an honor that we always got to give away at the end of things. In this game, it was Chaser.
Yeah, it was actually very difficult to actually decide this because Chaser, he had the beginning of the game where he started the snowball going, and then it was kind of a toss-up with Keen and Lod, everybody pretty much performing on Dignitas' side to great degree. So it was really hard to decide this, but it does go over to Chaser in the jungle, who definitely deserved that. 7-0-7 wasn't the highest scoreline in terms of KP on the team, but it was definitely one where it showcased that he was not making mistakes this game at all, where some of those standout performers had some blips.
Yeah, he was the one who started the snowball that ended up in the avalanche of damage that Lod was able to provide and that Keen was able to provide. And it ultimately was just a great foundation for the team to work from. And speaking of seeing all these guys work together in tandem, let's go ahead and take a look at the final Baron call from that game and how they made this happen.
I honestly think it's a good call, but now we have to watch how Dignitas keep Echo Fox around. Because Echo Fox, they could all walk out the left side right now, right? But it's like return damage, and then they walk in. So they actually shouldn't be fighting this. Echo Fox should be backing up. Keen is now there. Lod throws in the damage, throws his Deadly Flourish. Now he's going to flash over the wall, go for Frog, and get that big damage dealer off. Keith panics, W's the wrong way, and flashes. But then I think that's one you just have to walk away. You have to walk away from that. Echo Fox and Dignitas have both had moments where they're overextending. They are over-chasing. Seriously, it's time to stop.
It's time to stop. But for Dignitas, though, things are only just now starting with the continuation of this climb up through the standings. You heard it from EpicSkillshot talking about how, hey, we think we might even be able to be a top 4 playoff team.
Yep.
So if they've got aspirations like that, clearly they're showcasing why they deserve to have those in today's game.
I think it was a really good interview as well. I like hearing EpicSkillshot's thoughts on, passion. Sometimes it'll make you, appear toxic, but it's like you really want to win and you really want everybody to get better. So sometimes the delivery gets caught up in that moment where you're so passionate, where you're like, why did you do this wrong? People are like, whoa, don't flame me, bro. It's like, no, I want to know so we can discuss this, so we can actually talk about this. Like, it's like, oh, man, you shouldn't have been there, right? You shouldn't have fought that. And if you say that to your teammate, sometimes they'll be like, oh, man, why are you flaming me? It's delivery that really matters, where the passion, I think he definitely has it. And he said he's been playing for so long, but he's also been able to stay at around a top level the whole time. So you definitely see that passion come through. And if he's working on becoming a better teammate, then that's great for Dignitas.
Absolutely is. The team working together as a unit, accomplishing some awesome stuff here on the second half of Spring Split 2017. We've got more league action coming up your way. Team Liquid and Envy are just about to hit the Rift here in a few minutes. Do not go anywhere.
No, all of them need to leave. Everybody leave, please.
How's your team, Froggen? Do you want them to leave too?
What? They're part of the crowd.
Yeah, you're right.
Keith caught out though. Keith looking to make the moves. Keith almost able to walk himself away, but poisoned with the damage over time. Acadian now flashing over the wall right into the loving embrace of Chaser.
Shield flash.
Shield flash.
Okay.
I have shield.
I buy a
W and 5. I speed.
Shield arrow, the flash.
Team Baron. I go there. Team Baron.
I TP.
Go. Okay, TP. Nice job, nice job.
Someday is going to be the first one killed. EpicSkillshot tries to come over and keep him alive. Acadian still taking low. Keen grabbing the kill onto Gate off screen. Chaser gets the kill onto Acadian as well. Keith goes down. That is one poisonous snake.
Oh, they want to clean this up.
May have got the Baron, but it's going to be bad news. Bears all the way after. Keith's going to be going down next. A double kill for Chaser. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to call that one GG. Dignitas will take the series in Game 3.